Agreed. Greetings and salutations. The universe is just doomed. 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 Doomed.
Olive oil, Swee'pea. What are you doing? Making a salad? I want me treasure. You hear me? I want me treasure.
Hello.
Hi, welcome.
It's us, Nicole.
And Tessa.
And Kim is here.
As Swee'pea.
I thought she was the octopus.
Oh, yeah, she's the octopus.
Swee'pea riding an octopus.
Yeah,
Swee'pea riding an octopus.
It's amazing. Holy shit.
You guys should be here. Damn.
Wow,
Sorry.
I wish you could
Sorry
see it.
missed
We don't have anything to take pictures with.
Because we're talking about Popeye.
Toot, toot.
1980.
Yep.
Which,
I was still not, I was an egg.
yeah, I was a year maybe old. I don't know what month it came out, but I was an infant practically.
But really, though, like we talked about earlier, never been a time.
We have no
Never been a
pre-Popeye
time.
knowledge. I almost
Pre-
said pre-Popeye because you fucking just said that. God damn it, Kim.
Open the door, smell the cheese.
I had never heard that until
Neither
that
have
movie,
I.
and I'm like, that's so weird.
It is. But if you see it in
Open
motion,
the
which you
door,
can't,
smell the
it totally
cheese.
works. It totally works.
Like, but open the fridge, smell the cheese, maybe. But why open the door, smell
well,
the
because
cheese?
open,
There's
maybe it's
cheese
open the
lurking?
fridge. Yeah, it's open the fridge.
Okay,
Door.
it's implied. It's a
It's
fridge
implied.
door. Okay.
Heavily implied. Open
So yes,
the door.
we
smell
were
the cheese.
we were talking
It's a
about
cheese door.
how we have no pre-Popeye
Yes.
memories.
Yes.
That either the cartoon or this movie was
No.
always eternally a part of our memory.
Absolutely. My mom loves Popeye.
You said she has a big old book.
She
of, like, the
does. She's got a
history
really
of-
cool book of like the history of Popeye and all the background characters and like what they all mean and where they came from and all that fun stuff.
And we talked about that this is probably our first knowledge of Robin Williams, either this
Probably.
or Mork.
Yeah.
They were concurrent, so I don't know.
All in the same time.
Yeah, which was first, and that we probably did not realize that was the same person as children.
Yeah, also that
That
because
Robin
he's
Williams
just
Popeye was
a
Mork.
real person to me.
Yeah, it was just they made a cartoon based on this
Right?
real sailor.
Wow, this guy that lives out there with the eye. He's got a squinky eye.
And by the way, you guys can watch this for free with
Yes.
ads on Pluto. No, you know what? Fuck them because too many commercials.
too
YouTube
many
with
ads.
ads. YouTube with
Which
ads.
surprisingly was not that bad because I'm not fucking paying for it.
No,
I don't care what you
but
do.
they
to
let
me.
you skip sometimes.
Some of them,
where
yeah.
some of them
Sometimes
you
they're
only
like
have
you
to
gotta
watch
watch a block
5
of them,
seconds.
and yeah, I mean whatever. You just mute it.
But no, fuck Pluto because
Fucking
they're on
Rage
demand
Against
shit.
the Machine. Like just mute it. You can't make me look at your fucking commercials.
I do love Pluto streaming because it's like
I know.
cable for free. Like it gives you that. It
Mm-hmm.
fulfills that. It has the guide
Yes,
that you can pop up like cable
Yes.
TV where you can flip through, which is like that's all I need.
Yeah.
And it's just as little to watch on that as there is
Right.
when you pay for cable.
Exactly.
But sometimes you find, like Mama's Family's on.
Oh, I
Or
know.
Three's Company's
well,
on.
like all
or-
that stuff. Sometimes there are gems.
Yeah, for sure.
When you look like at the movies, the old movies that they get access to.
I told you I was watching Dragon Slayer today. Top Gun was
Yeah.
also on. They
Yep.
have, sometimes they got some
Yep.
good ones.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
So yeah, but yes, you can watch it free with ads in a couple places right now.
Yeah.
So if you've never seen the live action Popeye,
You really should. I love this movie.
if you ever liked the cartoon or if you like Robin Williams or Shelley Duvall, I feel like Shelley Duvall is magical in this.
Shelley Duvall's V.
She is feeling her oats.
Oh my God, she loves it. I saw something.
her olive
Her
oats.
olive oats.
Ooh.
I saw a thing where she had said not only about the Shining thing, but how she had never played
A strong
a
woman.
strong
yeah.
woman, and I could hear her voice. She's 101% woman,
Right?
She's a real femme fatale,
Right? Oh my God. And poor Shelley Duvall. You guys give Shelley Duvall some love. She out
Give her
here.
her
She's
flowers,
got some like
man.
neighbor girl who's repping her on social media now and trying to fund her like livelihood.
Yeah.
She's just some poor old woman now.
Didn't we, when we did the Rock and Rhyme, wasn't she married to the guy from Madonna's band?
Yes. Who was in Rock and Rhyme.
Yeah.
So we did with the Coltworthy podcast.
Or not
we
married,
did-
but like,
or they were together for a really long time.
yeah.
But yeah, the guy who was the main guy in Mother Goose's Rock and Rhyme that she hung out with through the whole movie. The one she was riding
Right,
around
right.
with in the
Was,
car
like,
was her
her
real life significant
long-time-
other for a long time.
Yeah.
But he was in Madonna's original band.
Right. And I feel like they dated too.
Oh my God, we explained something
Oh my God.
to the finish.
We did. Wow.
Keymaster.
You know what? Remind me later. I'm going to bring it up.
It would take 5 seconds.
But I'm not going to do it now because we haven't even gotten to the cast.
That's true. Let's get to the cast. Robin Williams as Popeye in his first starring role.
Yes, yes. And of course, Miss Shelley Duvall.
As Olive Oil.
Olive Oil.
And this was her next movie after The Shining.
Right.
So she was like, this was amazing.
Yeah, this
in
was so
comparison.
fun to do in comparison, I can imagine, which is weird because
Yeah.
it was weird because they had, I guess, at some point considered Robin Williams for Jack Torrance.
Yeah, which...
Could you imagine
mean-
if they would have gone that way and she would have done both?
Well, you found out years later that he can do drama. But
Well, yeah.
back then, when it was cocaine bouncing off the walls, Robin Williams,
Which would have been good- great
but
for
in a
Jack
way,
Torrance.
Yeah, in a way that totally would have worked.
Whatever.
But I think he was only known. Well, and if this was his first starring
That's
role,
true,
he wasn't
too.
going to
Like,
get
he
The
really
Shining
wasn't.
as his first
He
starring
had that
role.
manic stand up, and was Mork and Mindy already a
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why
Mork and Mindy was
He,
a thing.
he got to do this.
But yeah, his stand up was
Woo!
like just throwing a bouncy ball into a fucking closed
I want the
box and just-
NC-17. I want the NC-17 version of Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yes, where he does all the dirty whatever things. when he's
Release
doing
the
impressions.
butthole cut.
But not if it really has buttholes in it. That's not what
Well,
we need.
no. Well, it's not like you'll be able to see it.
And so, yeah, originally, I guess there was a different
Jinx.
director on board who wanted Lily Tomlin as Olive Oil and Dustin
Dustin
Hoffman as Popeye, which
No.
I don't see.
I can't see anybody else doing this. I really can't.
No, I feel like
I
this
really
was
can't
perfect.
because Shelley Duvall is
She's-
everything in this.
she is Olive
Everything.
All.
She used to be made fun of by bullies.
Yeah,
Right,
that
she
called
said
her
they used
Olive
to call her
Oil.
Olive Oil in school. So
Come on.
So we've got Donovan Scott as Castor Oil.
Yeah, we also have Roberta Maxwell as Nana Oil.
And what's Papa Oil's name?
Macintyre Dixon as
Coal
Coal Oil.
And yes, these are all intentionally types of oil. I don't
You
know
know
why.
what the banana or Nana Oil
was
is? Banana
banana
oil.
oil.
Ah, banana oil.
Which that was a
Ah,
thing. Like that's bullshit.
nonsense. Yeah, banana oil. I like it. I'm bringing it back. Ah, banana. I'm gonna
2024
forget.
Doom Generation's bringing back banana oil.
Ah,
so there you
banana
go.
oil. Well, now it's on record. Now I can't forget. I will until I hear
That
this
and my
again.
new laugh. Bringing it in for 2024.
Well, it's not going anywhere.
The true villain, Paul Dooley as Wimpy.
Oh yes, the real fucking.
He's
villain
almost
of the
worse than
story.
fucking Bluto.
He's terrible. Who's Paul L. Smith, the fake villain of this? You expect him to be bad.
But like he is what he is what he is. Wimpy's
Popeye,
supposed
yeah,
to be the
what I
fucking
am.
friend of the family, and he's fucking shit up all over the
I
place.
mean, he's supposed to. He's not though. Like nobody
he
likes
just
him,
shows up,
right?
he's the
And he-
fucking weasel. Shows up at dinner time.
God, weasel, God, weasel, God, weasel, God, weasel, God, weasel.
Maybe if I had, what was his little speech in Encino Man about if things weren't crazy at his house?
Right? Then I would, be doing if I'm doing the Brady Bunch thing over here.
Yeah, that's what he's doing.
I guess. I don't know, but nobody seems to like him.
No.
And he doesn't really give any indication that he gives a shit.
No, he does
So
not.
I don't know what his deal is. He's nicer in the comic and the
Yeah,
cartoons.
in the comic, I don't feel like he's just he's a layabout, but he's not sinister in any way.
He
He's
begs.
not purposely trying to fuck shit up. He just wants him a
No.
hamburger.
Right? He
That's all
kidnaps
he
a
thinks
child
about. Yes,
and gives him to shady
sells him
characters.
for a sack of fucking hamburger. Okay, we're not.
I know.
Not
I
even
know.
through the cast
I
yet.
know. That's like some fucked up child trafficking. For hamburger. Anyway, we'll get there.
Ray Walston is Poopdeck Pappy, which it never says Poopdeck Pappy is his character.
Well, because
name.
that's his name. That was always his name. It just
so
doesn't
that
say
means
it.
is he Poopdeck Popeye then?
Oh,
Because that's
before.
his son? Like
No, he
before
was always Pappy. He
always
was
just
born a
Popeye.
Pappy.
His name was always just Pappy, even when he was a
born
baby.
a Pappy.
Oh,
His
Pappy.
mother named him
because he was
Pappy.
born with that
His
fucking
squinky
scrunched
eye.
up face.
Right, he was born a Pappy.
Bill Irwin is Ham Gravy.
Right, Donald Moffat as the tax man.
Richard Libertini as Giesel.
Gotta geese, gotta geese, gotta geese, gotta geese.
See, there is a Giesel in town. He should have been the Weasel. He should have
Right?
been the Wimpy. That should have been his name.
Well, he looks like Giesel, though. He couldn't be Wimpy because he looks like Giesel.
He does look like Giesel. And Wesley Ivan Hunt, or the director's grandson,
as
as
little
Swee'pea. Oh, and I want to go back to Bill Irwin real quick. If you guys don't remember Bill Irwin, he was huge in our childhood because he was, don't worry, be happy.
Oh, yes. Oh,
he
yes,
was
yes.
Mr. Noodle on Sesame Street. He
Right.
wasn't our Mr. Noodle, right? He was the later Mr. Noodle.
He was
I feel like our Mr. Noodle was mustache.
Wasn't it Michael?
Yes,
Michael-
After he passed away.
Michael.
Then he was the replacement Mr. Noodle. So
Jeter.
for my
Jeter.
for my kids, this was my kids' Mr. Noodle. I think was Bill
right,
Irwin.
Originally a clown.
He was a
Yeah.
clown.
Was he one of the ones from the circus people?
Yeah.
A lot of these people are circus people.
He purposely hired circus people, and the whole chasing his hat thing.
Yeah.
Was one of his.
His
And I
little
feel
clown
like that
things.
was a thing he did as Mr. Noodle.
I
think
feel like
I think he
just
fitted
did
into
that.
wherever he could.
Well,
when he
that's
got
why you
roles.
hire him.
It's for the hat kicking.
And to squish him down into teeny little
They're like
spaces.
Bill Irwin. Who's that? Who's that? They're like
The squishy guy.
the hat kicking guy.
Oh,
gotta
shit.
have him.
Get
And
him on
yes,
the horn.
Squishy guy. He's like
Get him
like
on the horn.
Stretch Armstrong. He has no bones. He's got bonitis.
He's got no bones. I've got no bones. Ching, 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 ching. I've got no bones. Ching, 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 ching. It's as close to kids as we're ever going to get.
Oh my God! You guys, we can't do it.
We can't.
We
We
were gonna
can't.
put
We
kids
talked
on
about
the
it.
schedule.
We can't fucking do it. You think we could make that funny?
I don't
know.
want to watch it again.
I don't. I really don't. I really don't.
It's gonna make me upset and uncomfortable.
And most of those people are dead.
I
After
know.
watching that fucking Soleil Moon Fry shit, I don't want to watch it.
Just so I can tell my Chloe story. Is that enough
Tell
reason?
your Chloe story right now.
No, I'm not. No, we're okay. We just finished the cast.
No,
No,
we didn't
what do you have
because we
left?
got Linda Hunt
Oh yes.
as the Mutta and Peter Bray as Oxblood Oxheart.
Okay.
And I think that does it. E.C. Seeger, the original creator, Robert Altman, and Harry Nilsson does the music.
Yes.
We can do that. So now, dun, dun, oh no, not yet.
We get the
Thunder
black and
Lightning.
white animated opening from the original cartoon.
Oh, right, with Jack Mercer, who is the original voice, who this was his
he
last
voiced
thing
Popeye in this opening scene
before he died in 84.
And Popeye notices, what the fuck? It's the wrong
Yeah,
movie.
I'm in the wrong movie.
Cut to stormy skies and full
Right.
color live action.
Mm-hmm. There's a man in a rowboat coming into port, starts pouring rain.
And the bell rings out from town, which I thought was maybe a church bell, but
It's
no,
just
there's
a-
no
it's
inclination,
just
or
a
not
town
inclination.
bell.
There's no indication that they're
they go to
going to
church.
church at any point.
Well, did you also see that he's got that raincoat on and whatever because
'Cause
the
they weren't
arms
done with
weren't
his
ready?
arms, yeah.
So they had to cover it up.
They're like, here, do a filler scene with no
right,
bulgy
just
arms.
row this fucking boat. We're gonna put a jacket on you.
And so he's been spotted. So they're
Right.
singing "We the People
Do 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 do.
of Sweet Haven," which is the first three notes of the
Right.
Star Spangled Banner or the national anthem or whatever.
Ba, ba.
I thought you were gonna be like, "Ba-da-da-da, "Hey Jude." All songs sound the same to me. No, I'm
Right.
just kidding. I'm that tone deaf. I can't tell the difference between "Hey Jude" and the national anthem. It's just the same.
It's all the same, right?
So the nosy lookout sees the boat coming in, and shenanigans ensue when
Right.
he goes to try to notify somebody that there's a new person coming into town.
Did you hear? Like everybody's all, "Oh my gosh, the stranger!" And here comes the little tax man on his little trikey.
Docking tax, new in
Right.
town tax,
He
rowboat
goes-
under the wharf tax.
Owes him $1.87.
It's disgustipated.
Disgustipated. Yeah, he takes off after the kids to tax him for a curiosity tax. And he says, did you hear him? Because there's a lot of muttering
Yes.
that he does. And he was like, man, the taxes you pay, you ought to get some cervix.
Wow, Popeye.
I know.
Cervix.
Well, you know, because he's got that speech impediments.
Well, they did have all of the whores.
Right? They did.
Yeah,
They
we'll
had
get
a
to the
whore boat.
freaking yes.
It was the best little whore boat in Malta.
So he's walking along. He finds this old corncob pipe and bends down to pick it up, and narrowly
piano,
avoids being
like,
hit
almost
by a
hits him.
piano. And he
picks
punches it
up.
back up
He picks a pipe up off the ground.
and puts it in his mouth.
Yes. Gross.
Looks like one of his.
Well, you're
But
probably
he's
going
never
to get
been there
one
before,
hurt,
so
at
it's
least.
not one of yours.
It's, well,
We know
I
whose
won't
it
say.
is.
I won't say. I won't let it. I won't do it this time.
And he sees little Hooper.
Yes, Hooper. She don't look like a Linda Hunt. She don't look
No.
like a Mutta. She looks like a Hooper to me.
Mm-hmm. And she's struggling with her bags, and he tries to help her, and she just like beats him
Right.
up with her bags.
Well, blow me down.
And everyone is a fucking asshole.
I
to
know.
Popeye.
I know.
He's just a new
Why?
dude in town, just a
Being
regular
nice
old
to
sailor
people.
man,
He didn't dock being a dick. He didn't
didn't
do
like-
dick docking.
right? Whoa, that's another conversation. We're not going to get into docking right
They
now.
do that offshore.
I guess you could do it onshore. Why
There's a
not?
boat for everything.
right?
You have to go away
To
from
the docking
town.
boat.
The docking boat.
That's the only place we do docking in town. Everyone's confused. But where do I dock my boat? Like, no, different thing.
No. You go down to the titty biscuits.
SS Titty Biscuits, ahoy! So Castor Oil's running around warning everybody, stranger in town, stranger in town.
Right, because everyone's like, no rooms.
closing
Everyone's
up shop. Like, do you don't want this man's money?
Right, there's like
His
50
money ain't
people
green
that
enough
live in
for
this
you?
town. This town.
I have continual questions about
I
the size of
know.
this town because all we see is this little
Well, yeah, because
snapshot
they built this shit.
of maybe
They built this
maybe
city.
50 residents
Yeah.
/ businesses.
I had
50
a whole
buildings,
list that there's a whole list of everything that they built. They had to
Mm.
like import all this goods.
which is why the octopus had to be puppeted by Shelley
Yes.
Duvall herself.
That's why they
was
had
'cause
to
they
like
ran out of
just
money.
look at the wavy water. The octopus is pissed with this octopus eyebrow.
When they bought all those boats and then shipwrecked them,
Yes.
they were all perfectly
yeah,
usable
they
boats.
were fine,
and they just
seaworthy boats, and
Yeah.
they shipwrecked them in the.
Fire, too, and
There was
were
a fire?
storms.
oh.
Well, all that rain, the rain in the beginning, I guess, was part of. They were hit with a really big rainstorm, like a typhoon, and a rock fell off of a cliff and like damaged some of the set. And I think it's still like that. I
Oh,
don't
wow.
think they were able to actually fix it. So I don't know how much they could have shown if that had not happened. And I could be making that up. Pretty sure that's what I read.
So this
All
is
the rock's still there, you guys. You can go see it.
the only time Wimpy is nice is that he wishes Popeye a good day while everyone else is running from him
Right.
when he
but,
comes
like,
into town. But otherwise, fuck Wimpy.
He's
for the
a
rest
greasy
of this movie.
good day. Yeah, fuck him for the rest of this movie. After this, because he sits there and begs
Oh
for
god.
everything.
So yeah, he wants to buy some carrots. Popeye wants some carrots. and
Carrots.
Suddenly the carrots aren't for sale.
Right.
And
can have
then everything else that you don't want to eat is the regular price, but these carrots are like
Right.
$1 a piece.
Right. Why are they so expensive? Because I don't want to sell them. So if you want to buy something I don't want to sell, it's $1 a piece.
So he pays, but he pays what he feels like paying.
Right. I pays what I likes.
The tax man warns him. That's
Yep.
no good tax. You better
Yep,
watch out.
You better get out of here. So he moves on. I love these boots. I love this whole look.
It's so funny that only some of them have the big shoes. Not everybody has the big bulby
They couldn't
shoes.
afford it.
They're like,
They
"That's too
spent it
many.
all.
Can't afford a cobbler for everyone.
We
Come on
don't
now.
have a cobbler in Malta.
We don't have cobbler elves. Gotta pay good money for this.
No, they just show up if you're destitute.
That's right.
They
They're
do it
supposed
out
to.
of the kindness of their
That's
elf
the,
hearts.
the legend is what.
The
anyway.
as stated by the prophecy, the elves will only come to
The
make your
cobbler
shoes
elves.
if you're old and sad.
Yes. So he arrives at the Oils property and he gets trampled by the thugs leaving.
Right.
And Nana Oil's like, "Oh, are you here to tune the piano or to bring the party favors?" And he's like,
I just want a room.
I just want to rent a room." And she's like, "Oh, okay, come
Room
on
for
in."
rent.
So they're party prepping for Olive's engagement.
Right.
And she's
She
not
goes,
happy about her hat.
It's ugly. I won't be engaged in this hat.
And they go through a series of hats, right? She's got, and she doesn't like any of
Big
them.
bow in the front. Like she owes me an apology. Ugly.
And she
It's a
just
conspiracy.
realized Popeye's in the room and is like,
Right? What are you doing?
"I'm going to call the police."
Right. We're listening to a private conversation.
And she's like, "No." Her mom's like, "Just show Mr. I to his room."
Mr. I.
What?
What kind of name is that?
It's just Popeye.
Right. It's like, well, what kind of name is olive oils? It sounds
It's
like,
like a lubricant. And so she finally knocks her way into this room because like the door's stuck and this
Right.
room's trash. It's like,
I mean, it's whatever. It's Sweet Haven core.
and he couldn't even lay on the bed because
Well, yeah, because
it
don't put
doesn't
anything
even bear
on this
her
bed
weight.
till she breaks the bed and then she storms out. And later on,
She's a
all the
brat.
boarders come down for dinner. It's Wimpy and Giesel and
all the oil family.
All the oil family. It's so chaotic. Like, there's no seat for Popeye.
And they're talking about Bluto and the Commodore.
Right.
And yeah, so Popeye and Olive come in for supper, and Nana introduces Popeye to everyone and talks about Olive being engaged 3 times before.
Right. 4 times engaged. 3 too much.
And Pop never stops asking for fucking apologies.
No,
for something.
that's
his
part
whole
of
shtick.
the whole original thing.
Oh,
too,
really?
I think is you owe me an apology. And Castor like agrees with her. She's like, "Who told you to agree with me?" He's like, "You can't make me stop like not agree with you." She's like, "I can."
And he's like, "I'd break a girl's nose if she tried to break my engagement." Castor,
Nobody.
First of all,
wants to
nobody
be
wants
engaged
you.
to you.
nobody wants you. And when you find somebody who wants you, you're gonna be on your damn hands and knees, like thankful that she
Seriously.
wanted you.
With your tweedledum ass.
At least Dad does say you owe your sister an apology. And now
Well,
Papa
she's
is just
being a
trying to
real
get some-
pain in the ass.
She is. She's being a bridezilla. And it's not even the wedding day yet. It's just the engagement party.
Right.
So
So
Popeye just wants some food, and
right.
everything
He's
is
like,
gone.
"Can I sit down? Can
Yeah.
I eat?" And everybody gobbles up the food and leaves.
He's like, never good to be too full, I guess.
Right. So then we see later that Popeye has fashioned a hammock to sleep in.
Yes, over the broken bed in his room.
And Bluto comes out all heavy breathing with his soiled fucking long johns.
On his boat, the vile body, which the
that is
color of those long johns.
I would say that's a vile
I'm gonna call that a vile body
I would say so.
with that ass flap and all.
It looks like he never like unbuttoned it to use it. It looked like he just
shit
used
through it.
He just shit through. He
a
waffle
cheesecloth.
his fucking cheesecloth. He cheesecloths his turds.
So he yells, 9
o'clock
curfew! Lights
out.
And the whole town goes dark.
Except one window.
Which I thought he would notice, but he doesn't. But Popeye's
know.
in there looking at a photo of his papa, you think,
You think?
talking about being separated for 30 years. But when he kisses the picture goodnight and he turns it around, it just says, me papa.
Me papa.
Written in a frame.
So yeah, in the morning I was like, "Oh, do they sing that song again? Like every single morning after the bell?" I'm like, "Oh
No,
no,
this
that's
is
right.
the
They sing the
Everything
other
is Food song.
Everything is food. It's so bizarre.
The acrobatic
Everything
townspeople
is
go
food.
tumbling around the
I
town.
love watching all the little things that are happening. There's always
There's so much
there's always
going
something
on.
happening in Sweet Haven. Sweet Haven's popping off. I'm telling you. You look in any window, which I do.
Gladys Kravitz. Get out of people's windows. What
I'm
are
not
you
gonna
doing?
tell nobody. I just like to watch.
And so Popeye goes to the cafe to finally fucking eat for who knows how long
Right.
it's been since he's eaten anything.
But he like really doesn't get to because
Still.
Wimpy is over there talk about we'll
gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today, which is what I ask you when I need a front.
I'm like, all right.
Hey Tessa.
I'll gladly pay you Tuesday.
Now I won't, because fuck Wimpy.
Because that's I'll be like, fuck Wimpy.
And he tricks a blind man out of his fucking hamburger.
Right?
And there's a sign on the wall, positively no credit, especially you, Wimpy.
Because
Like,
he's
he is
a
known.
dick. He is known.
And then he gets all up on Popeye's burger.
I know. He sits there like begging strips.
Like you didn't just eat the blind man's burger. You fucking... Do you remember at Knott's Berry Farm, Wimpy's Burgers? You could
yes.
get Wimpy Burgers?
Yes.
And they were
Yes.
little sliders,
Mhm.
which you just thought was the most... That was
Oh, 'cause
amazing
it
when
was
you
the
were a
Wimpy's-
kid. This was a Wimpy burger.
Yeah. Duh.
Why was Wimpy at fucking Knott's Berry Farm? He's not a Peanuts character.
Peanuts.
Don't jerk your peanuts at Knott's Berry Farm, you guys.
Ever.
Never. You will
don't
get
know.
trouble. Yeah, why was there a Wimpy burger? What did Popeye have to do with
Were
Knott's
they
Berry
under?
Farm?
Was
Never
that the
considered it.
licensing thing that they had there?
But it had a picture of Wimpy, even, right? Didn't
Yeah,
it have
it was
a cartoon
Wimpy
of
Burger.
Wimpy.
Are we remembering
Oh
this wrong?
Jesus! Did we fucking?
Where was that? Where did that come from?
Because I remember Wimpy burgers, and I swear there was one inside Knott's Berry Farm. Wimpy burgers, Knott's.
she's like,
Does it still
fucking
exist? Does Wimpy Burger still exist?
okay, so it was a
No,
thing.
but
If
then
it's not now,
Back in the old West at Knott's Berry Farm.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, they were in the little it was like a
Yes.
log cabin, but it was a Wimpy
Yes, with all the stagecoaches and shit.
I don't know the price of burgers at
I don't want to know how much it I don't want to get one right now. Just tell me if it's there.
Wimpy's Hamburgers is a thing, but it doesn't have a picture of Wimpy. I swear this one had a fucking picture of Wimpy.
Well, because what else would it fucking be?
Because they were small burgers, so they called them Wimpy
Bitch.
Burger. I don't know.
You had to splatter ketchup all over it when you
I'm
ate
trying
there,
to find like if there's a picture or anything of like what it looked like in here, and
I feel
there's
like
not.
there was also a thing like you could go to the grocery store and buy frozen Wimpy burgers.
That I don't remember. I don't remember frozen Wimpy Burgers. I know frozen White Castle you can get.
Well, yeah, but they was very much like them. That they had like I feel like it was a blue box. I could be fucking making
You guys,
this up.
if you're from California and you ever been to Knott's Berry Farm as a kid, please tell me if this
Please.
exists because Google is not helping me out right now.
It does the timeline.
God damn it, it shifted again.
Wimpy's Hamburger is a family-owned business in California.
Okay.
was one in Knott's.
Okay, maybe it
Okay,
wasn't
wait, show
in
me the
maybe it
picture.
was just buy. Maybe it was buy. Maybe it was
Wimpy is by?
It could be
For a hamburger.
for hamburgers.
He'll take a hamburger of any gender. He does not
Tuesday
care.
also kind of reminds me of buy. For some reason, Tuesday and buy gives the same energy.
I don't know what to say in response.
I don't know what to tell you.
So anyway,
I think Wednesday, because it's both ends of the week.
right?
Okay.
Wednesday's in the middle.
Okay.
2 is 2.
Now I'm questioning things, Kim. Now I'm questioning things.
So it's
Could be either one.
Wimpy's by Wednesday.
So yeah, Popeye's trying to tell him his whole story about he's looking for his pap, search the 7 C's.
He's looking for a pap.
He's not trying to get a pap smear. He's looking for his pap.
Yes.
He was 2 years old, a mere infant, when his father left.
Yes.
Ditched him.
Mm-hmm. He's
And
like,
but he got a tip from the ghost of his mother,
yeah,
Your
this is
pap
your
is
pap
still
is
alive.
still alive.
which he got after 45 days with no food or water, which gives me like
had a
crazed
fever
killer
dream.
cupcake.
Oh,
fever
yes,
dream
'cause he
from
was out
Cabin
there.
Boy.
That's right. We just were out on sea. I am not a seafaring people. I don't know why we're doing so many seafaring movies.
You feeling seasick just from
Not
talking
yet.
about it?
Well, this one they don't do that weird motion vision
No, that's
that
true.
they did in the other one. That was like, oh, they can't do that too long.
And Wimpy doesn't even have the fucking respect to sit and listen to his story. He walks away
He leaves
mid
to,
eating
like,
the hamburger.
Salt his shit. He's not listening. That's what I'm saying. He gives no indication
He's not a good friend to
that
have.
he's not a friend, that he's listening to you, that he's not going to kidnap your baby.
Well, he didn't have a baby yet, so he wasn't worried about that.
Well, that's true, but he's given no indication that he wouldn't if you did.
And so the town toughs, including Dennis Franz, are making fun of him and his one eye and his big arms.
and his face and,
And
all
the
that stuff.
employees start locking themselves up. The one in a bird cage?
Oh, I
a
love
giant
her little
bird,
bird
cage?
cage. Like they do this all the
Oh
fucking
my God.
time.
Bird cage, Robin Williams.
Oh fuck,
The bird cage.
and we're doing that.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
What's the connection?
What's the connect? That's it.
That's
The
it.
connection.
Robin
there was
Williams,
a bird cage. In
big
this
bird
movie.
cage.
He was next to it.
What
and
if
then he
it
went
was the bird cage from Popeye that
It
he
was
brought to
the
fucking
bird cage?
The bird cage. That'd be hilarious.
That was the one they were talking about.
They're like, this is the one.
This is
the-
the bird cage.
So yeah, they're making fun of him, and Dennis Franz is like, I bet your pappy's as ugly as you are.
Right.
And Popeye asks for an apology, and so they drag every
Everybody.
fucking
They
person in
make
this
everybody
cafe
else.
over to apologize to
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
And then they're hurting them, and there's like, what
Mm-hmm.
do you say? This is a smorgasbord of violence.
Right.
And he just starts kicking ass.
Yes.
Cartoon style.
Right. And Bluto's been up there like gross eating. Fucking. Oh, I love
like
that shit. He
fucking
like kinda
speed
slows it
bagging that guy's
down and
head.
then speeds it up again.
And Bluto's just watching, devouring this, I don't know, whole chicken or something.
It's
I
a
don't
dragon
know. A
leg.
dragon
It's
leg.
a Komodo dragon leg on
that
an
what it
island.
said?
I don't know. I, don't
Oh,
fucking
I was
know.
going to
I'm just-
say, is that on the menu? What's on the menu tonight?
Komodo dragon legs.
Apparently.
It was big.
And so Popeye knocks all the toughs out cold, and he pays on his way out.
Right. Yeah. He pays his ticket. He apologizes. And still, everyone's a dick to him.
I know. He like saved the day from all these guys that were just fucking beating
everybody
people
knows
up in the
they're
restaurant,
dicks.
and everyone knows they're dicks, and then they're
Whatever.
still being assholes.
I'm grateful.
And before we find out if anyone's ever nice to Popeye, we're going to take a quick break.
Already?
Yep. We'll be right
Okay.
back. And we're back.
Oh, we're back.
And we're headed to the engagement party.
Yes, we are. And did you see the That couple that you were talking about.
The one that I said
he's
looked like Rooster and fucking what's her name?
It's my
from?
turn to be tall tonight.
Yeah. And I don't. So yeah, I was telling her before. I don't understand this town because it's like maybe 100 people that live on this dock side on a little island, and
It's like Rocky.
They got fancy fucking party clothes.
Why not?
And like
Create the occasion.
to
Her
come
fur
into
is
this-
alive.
I know. That's so weird. And Popeye even puts on his best black and red sailor
I know.
suit top.
He gets all dressed up, gets all cleaned up.
And he comes in and is really nice and says he's honored to be invited to this party, and everyone just
stops.
freezes him out.
I hate it.
So uncomfortable.
I know.
And he compliments the lady's fur and it growls at him.
Yes.
And he's like, oh, I don't know when I've had this much fun. It's still been conscious. Better be on my way.
As soon as he leaves, this party resumes.
Yes, poor
Dicks.
Popeye.
Dicks. So Olive is in there getting ready.
Oh no, are you
What
I
happened?
just like choked on my drink and spit it everywhere.
Well, I'm glad that didn't reach me. I'm dry.
I'm glad it didn't. So yeah, she's in there with her girls getting ready for this engagement party, and they're like, He's
Everything
so
is ugly.
ugly.
I know. And she talks about her
He's
duties.
special, all right.
He's ugly, all right.
He's tall,
He's distinguished.
good looking,
Good
and
looking.
he's large.
He's
And they all giggle.
large.
Large.
It's about his dick, isn't it?
tall,
Large.
and he's mine. So they're helping her get dressed.
Oh no.
And she's talking about he's virile, and he's strong, and he arrives and breaks the door off the hinges.
Right.
Picks her mother up.
Mother.
And she is meanwhile in the midst of this song where all she can
She's
think to
packing
say
her
about
shit.
him is that he's large. She's packing her bag. And she's getting ready to run away while they're singing this song. And Bluto's downstairs doing She Loves Me Not with the flower petals.
Right, and it's like defective because it's running out terribly.
And she sneaks out the door on her last, but he's large. And
I love it when she's like, and he's mine. Well, you can have
have
him.
him. Like their girlfriends are not jealous.
No, they really aren't. And they come down, their little Judies. They're like, Miss Oil, Olives. Olives what?
Getting ready.
Oh, shit. They left the island.
Right?
They were like, we're
Never
leaving.
to be seen again.
Nope.
And so he was waiting, getting angrier and angrier
And
while
this
his flies
fly.
buzzing around him.
Ah.
He catches it and everyone cheers.
Right. He has a butt fly. It was probably just following him.
It's one of his own butt flap flies.
He did not wipe properly, and
doesn't
now
wipe.
he has a butt fly.
probably goes and dips in the fucking water and shits just straight into the.
Oh, shits into the sea.
Yeah.
He's a seaman. That's what it was.
And Olive runs into Popeye on the dock, and she's
Right.
a fucking asshole too.
I
She
know.
runs into him and is all like,
Don't you know which way I'm going?
and he asks how her party's going. Well, that's a dumb question. Where do you think I'm headed now?
Right. And like, which way? Like, he tries to pick up her bags. And
She's
like,
all
no.
spinning around.
Oh.
And the tax man wants a fee for impersonating a traffic cop with all her
Right.
arm twirling.
Oh, I didn't see that you were with Miss Oil. No tax. The oils don't pay tax.
Well, why? Popeye wants to know.
Question tax.
And Bluto's meanwhile getting increasingly pissed back at the pad, and Olive's telling Popeye it's a lie that her family gets favors because of
Right.
Bluto. And she's like, what are you doing here anyway? And he tells her
Right.
he's looking for his pappy.
Yes.
And Bluto's eating his glass teacup back at the house.
Everybody's just staring at him.
And people are starting to sneak out, like, okay,
Right. Like, we need to
before he
leave this
explodes.
whole place. We need to leave.
And while Popeye and Olive are talking, some woman sneaks up and switches Olive's runaway basket for another basket.
Right. When they get up to leave,
She thinks there's a rattlesnake in
well,
it.
she's like, hold on. That's
Well,
not my
first, yeah, she's
basket.
like,
That
what the-
basket is old
Which,
and ugly.
wow.
Right?
The basket looked fine to me.
Well, because you're trash.
Takes one to know one. I'm rubber, you're glue.
I know you are, but what am I?
That too. So yeah, so she notices it's not her basket. Then they
Right.
hear rattling, and she thinks it's a rattlesnake.
rattlesnakes.
And she jumps into his arms. He opens the basket, and it's a baby.
It's a baby
with a rattle,
with a note addressed to the one-eyed sailor.
What? He's
What
been
the
in
ac-
town a day.
Right? Is it his baby?
And in a town this small, you're telling me nobody knows there's a woman who has a baby that she can't
That's
take
been
care
pregnant?
of?
Nope.
Because that baby's what? 8
Right?
months to a year old? That's
That's
not
a big
brand new
baby. That's not a new baby.
I mean, this baby's got not full teeth, but he's got
Yeah.
teeth and he's got character.
It's got full teeth.
Full teeth.
Prediction knowledge and 4 teeth.
Oh, that's right. Prediction knowledge. I was
Prediction knowledge.
confused
I
for a
don't know.
second. I'm all
Because it didn't make any fucking
prediction
sense.
knowledge.
Prediction
Oh, he's
knowledge.
psychic. Okay.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
He's a
Prediction
physicist.
knowledge.
Prediction knowledge. I'm a fucking idiot.
So yeah, there's a note to the one-eyed sailor. She must trust someone with the baby till she frees herself from some financial obligations, which should only take about 25 years
or so. Signed, a mother.
Love him as only a mother could. Signed, a mother who just abandoned him.
Right, of course, with the one-eyed sailor who everybody in town hates.
That's
don't know
a
what
weird
makes you
move.
think
Leaving
that's
it to Olive is
a
one
bold
thing.
move.
A
Right.
single lady who's 4 times
single
broken her
ladies,
engagement. She ain't got
single
nothing to do but take care of a baby.
Right?
But like, you don't know
And-
nothing about
well,
this man.
We talk about that later.
She's all, look at them forearms. He can hold a baby. He ain't
for
dropping
like
no baby.
hours. For
He ain't
hours.
dropping no baby. Look at them.
He might though, because what if it's like it's a neurological disease. Like, so anyhow,
So Bluto screams out for Olive, breaks all the windows in the house. He
Yep.
starts demolishing their fucking
I
house.
know, and he sings that.
I'm mean.
I'm mean, I'm mean. You know
what I mean.
He's mean, he's mean.
You know what I say. You know what I mean.
He's mean, he's mean.
He's so mean he had a dream of beating himself up.
Yep.
And he tears up the whole damn house while Olive and Popeye come strolling up, which did you lose all sense? You didn't remember
No.
that you just left your engagement party of the meanest dude in fucking town and now you're
Right?
coming back with the
With
new
a
dude
baby?
and a baby?
A new dude
One
and
of
a
you-
baby.
One of y'all should have thought this is maybe not the best idea.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what I could even do about Bluto.
Right? So they
I
come
don't know what you
strolling
can do
up.
about him.
And Popeye's like, wow, when you throw a party, you throw a party. Because
Right?
the
Like
house is
everybody-
demolished.
Exactly. And like people are clearing out and they arrive with this baby and Bluto is so mad.
He literally sees red.
His eyes sizzle.
Yep. He
And he
knocks
sees
down.
red.
He knocks him into a power pole.
Yes. And then he like hits him and he turns into a hoop.
He's like multiple handspring
Yes.
backward down the dock, turns into a wheel. Like this is very cartoon,
I
very much the
love it.
cartoon.
I love it.
Punches him into a spin that saws a hole into the dock and
Yes.
drops him down into his
Into the
break his
boat.
own boat.
All of those things I feel like were part of the cartoon.
I feel
or
like there
the-
was
the
almost an
little-
exact-
there was shit like
yeah.
that in the book. Like
Yeah.
all of those things.
So the next day in their windowless house.
Windowless.
Sorry, somebody put me in slow-mo for a second there.
I hit the little button.
Somebody put it on half speed. And the tax man is there charging them $12,000 for their own house getting
triple tax.
destroyed.
Yes, but they don't have any walls or windows or water.
Because of Bluto.
well, phooey.
And Popeye and Olive are playing with the baby.
Right.
And she's talking about she's a woman, she knows best. And he's like, but I'm a mother. The mother gave him to him. He's the
Right.
mother of this baby.
I mean, that's what the note said.
And where do they find this adorable sailor outfit in just a
I
few hours on this
know.
small
With
island?
the
It's
little-
so cute.
With the little hat, with the little, I love
Yes.
these little baby sacks. You put them in the little potato sacks when they were
Yes.
babies. I love. The
It
little
wasn't a
Swee'peas.
potato sack, but do you remember my oldest kid's sailor outfit?
Yes.
He had a little blue and white striped sailor outfit with the hat, and I took him to Catalina
The
Island
red
in it.
shoes.
Yep.
Yes.
And I was totally, it was just fully a Swee'pea moment. I mean, that was what that outfit was
With the little whistle.
that was the
Toot,
modern
toot.
Swee'pea.
Oh, for sure.
And Popeye names him Swee'pea because he found him in Sweet Haven.
Right. And he's my little Swee'pea, and that's his name. And she's like, that's dumb.
What do you want me to call him?
Baby oil? Oh,
Which really would
banana
have
oil.
been perfect.
It really would have.
And a challenge is posted. Get 10 days tax exemption plus $15 for defeating Oxblood Oxheart.
Right. And then the barge is coming into town like it's a mobile
Fighting ring or whatever.
mobile fighting barge.
And the Sweet Haven song commences again on
Right.
fight
They
night.
have a little salute that they do with their hand. And there's the rules are there are no rules. You fight to the finish.
And Oxblood's mama is Hooper.
Linda Hunt. Hooper.
And they see Castor's heading into the ring. He's gonna save his family.
Fool ass fool. Like
Tripping over the rope and panicking.
No, you're not.
And Nana Oil's like, no, get my baby out of there.
Right. Get him out of there. Don't do it.
And she tells him not to kill him, just rough him up a bit. That's what Hooper tells her.
Right.
Kid.
That's okay, mummy.
And Castor throws a bunch of punches that just jiggle his bitch tits. There's like nothing's happening.
Jiggle damn bitch
just
tits
jiggling
for
the
me,
bitch tits.
Blood.
And he gets knocked down in one punch, but he gets knocked down and he gets, up,
gets
again.
up again. He gets.
And then Oxblood kicks his fucking ass because he's not
keep
gonna
down.
keep getting up again.
Well, he does get up again when he kicks his butt.
Literally out of the ring and across the town. So Popeye leaps into action, changing into boxing gear mid-jump from audience to boxing ring. Like
boing,
a cartoon.
Boing, boing.
Which I did not question. And if you watch this movie and are questioning any of this, you did
Stop
not
it.
watch the cartoon.
Stop it.
Watch the
Stop
cartoon.
it right now. Don't question shit.
There's nothing to question. This
Don't
is perfect.
question
It's perfect.
nothing. Just enjoy the ride, baby.
So Popeye dances around Oxblood's punches, bounds over his... first Oxblood sucker punches in the back of the fucking head.
Right.
But then he's bouncing all around, avoiding his punches.
He goes over there to bust him, but Mother's like, don't you dare.
And he accidentally punches her out.
Oh, watch out for the bucket. Oh, Mummy, I'm so sorry. Is he Canadian?
I
should've
don't
looked that
know.
up. He said sorry.
He did. And so he hits Popeye for hitting his mom, and his pipe spins and back rolls, and he springs up.
Yep.
And he hits him again and nothing.
He gets he hits him a couple
Popeye
times.
does
and
that
twister
wind up
punch. And timber.
Popeye is the champion.
Oxblood loses his little mannequin, his little statue falls into the water.
So now Popeye is peeping through a hole in his own bedroom door into the hall.
This must be post 1930s then, because as we learned
Peepholes!
in Dick Trolls,
Dick Trolls,
there was no peepholes in the Dick Trolls. No, there was no. So, but he looks through with his bad eye. He's like, I can't see nothing. It's because he's
He's looking through the squinty eye out the hole. And he sneaks across to check on Olive and Swee'pea.
Oh, and he's like, he's got my eye.
And they're imagining the future. He wants someone to sail with him, but she's waiting for a man who will promise to stay with her.
Sail with me.
Stay with me. And this baby and its cute little
Oh my
Popeye
God.
mouth.
Yes.
What a coincidence that the director was like, oh, by the way, my grandson
son
is Swee'pea.
Yeah.
He looks like he could be Popeye's child.
Totally. In fact, I'm sure that's why they did that to Popeye's hair.
To match the baby.
Because they weren't going to do
Because Popeye
that.
didn't have hair, right? He just had like
No,
a couple
he just had, like,
threads.
the
He had
little-
like Homer Simpson hair.
Yeah. It was just like a couple.
And it wasn't blonde, I don't think either. Wasn't it black?
Well, because it was just lines.
Yeah, it was just lines. Well, I did it on the Doom Doodles. Oh yeah, it's right there. What color?
Had a
Couple little.
just little. Look,
We have a Popeye sticker on the
just
Doom
out
Room
of
wall.
his hat. Look at that. Out of his hat. Look at that.
Oh, it doesn't show any arm hair or facial
No.
hair.
Well, you had to
or-
do it because it's Robin Williams. So
because
this
Robin
one's
Williams
different.
a hairy man.
He's a hairy man.
He was a hairy man.
He was indeed.
So yeah, so they sing their little song. They almost touch hands, but the baby goes to sleep
Oh,
and they go off to their
yep.
own beds.
Go to your room.
And the next day, Wimpy is making soup burgers.
What is that glop? It's a soup burger. Burgers can't be choosers. These are hard times.
Come on now. And Castor is all lumped up from the fight.
He's got that goose thing. It's out to here.
Olive's feeding the baby, and Swee'pea does his little whistle.
Right. He was like, oh, you were worried that I was going to be killed. And
And she's like,
no,
well, I asked
Swee'pea
I
told
asked
me.
Swee'pea, will Popeye be killed? No. Will he be
Seriously
seriously maimed? No. Will Popeye actually survive?
Yeah. I
You
can't
need
do
a
it.
win?
Yeah.
So Swee'pea is a psychic.
Oh,
And
Wimpy's
Wimpy's-
been listening. Wimpy's fucking bitch ass Wimpy.
Immediately getting child trafficking ideas.
Yep.
How can I get a hamburger for this whistle?
Right? How many
Right away.
hamburgers can I get for this psychic baby?
And he's like, oh, I'll take the baby for a walk.
Yes. And he was like, oh, yeah, that sounds
Which,
great. Yours
Popeye, judge of character. This man has done nothing except for steal your food.
That's what I'm saying.
Why would you let him take this baby?
Because Popeye is a trusting soul.
How did you not immediately know he was going to trade him for
he
a
does
fucking
ask
hamburger?
him. He questions him. He's like, what do you mean he can't walk? Thought you were going to take him for a drag or something.
I'll hold him. I'll carry him.
Like, oh, okay. So he takes him out for, and she was like, and
Olive's like, I want to take him for a walk.
Can hold him, but I can't.
Phooey. I said phooey. I mean phooey.
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 He's like, well, that was before.
Before I knew you were worried about me.
Phooey.
So he takes him, like, and so at first I had forgotten because it'd been a while since I watched this movie, and I'm like, where is there horse racing on one of these boats? But I
Because
forgot
it's
it was
the little-
riderless horses.
Right.
So it's like when you would go to the carnival and you had to. That
Don't
wasn't
they
the
have
squirting
that
one,
at,
was it? Was that the squirt gun one? No.
No, because I feel like, isn't there one at
Castle Park?
Yeah.
What did you do to make the horses go though?
They
What was
had
the
It
mechanism?
was
Did you just bet on a horse? No.
Oh, no,
rolling
it was
balls.
the
Rolling balls into
rolling
holes.
balls. Fuck.
Yep. Rolling balls into holes, and the higher the number you
both
got,
were
the
like,
faster
rolling
your
balls,
horse
rolling
went. It looked like we were jorking our peanuts over here.
rolling balls.
But yeah, so it's like those kind of horses. So Wimpy's got Swee'pea picking winners on Derby Day. And Swee'pea picks a winner.
Yes.
Pick a winner, Swee'pea.
Pick a winner.
That's what my parents told me when I picked my
that's
nose.
when they would get caught picking my nose. Digging for gold, pick a winner.
Yep. And Popeye and the oils are on their way to save him.
Yep. He's like, we can't take, well, because they're trying to figure out. They're like, well, what did Wimpy take him to the rough house? Like, no, he's barred from the rough house. He can't go there.
So they figure out he's got to be at the fucking
Nana
sex
finds-
worker.
Nana finds
Riderless
the
horse
racing
place.
form. My stars and horses. So they take the boat all the way over there. The whole family goes down.
And they arrive at the house of ill reputes.
Yes.
He might get a venerable disease.
Yes.
And Castor's in there already, and he's like, "Oh, if my mom caught me here, she'd kill me."
Oh,
Hi,
there's
Mom. She's there
And he
immediately.
runs up behind him like, I've been with
I've been with you the whole time.
Genius, Castor.
But Wimpy has just won 120 simoleons
On 2 races?
And Olive's like, "Let me see that racing
Let
form."
me see that for him. Papa's like, nah, Papa. Popeye's like, nah.
No, wrong is wrong, even if it helps you.
Right? And Olive goes over to Bet, and he's like, what am I?
Some sort of barnacle on the
Barnacle?
dinghy of life.
Right?
Well, I ain't no doctors, but I know
know
me's
when I'm
losing my
losing me
patience. What am I, some sort of judge, a lawyers?
know
Maybe
what
not,
lawsuits
but I know what
mean.
lawsuits mean. Don't ruffle me feathers. So what am I?
Not a physicist, but I know what matters.
I am Popeye, the sailor.
Sailor.
I am what I am, and that's all that I am.
Oh, yay.
And he throws the money down. Everybody
I never
scurries.
hurts nobody, and I only guts one eye.
And yeah, so the oils are
Nielsen's
still
songs
betting
are
on
great.
horses
They're so
while he's
fucking weird. A song about food. Never hurts nobody, and I only got one
One
eye.
eye.
It's so good.
So he throws the money, he takes the baby, and
Right.
Olive and her mom look like they're like in love with Popeye.
I
at this
know,
moment.
because he
Like,
is standing on his business.
he took a stand. And Bluto
Stand
calls
in the place where you were.
now face north, whichever direction.
Whatever direction you choose.
And so Bluto comes down and calls Wimpy into his office while everyone scrambles over the cash on the floor.
Right?
And now Popeye is taking this.
He's leaving because he
taking
cannot.
his
It's his
baby.
duty. I made up my mind. I'm
taking
keeping
this
my baby. Ooh, I'm gonna keep. Oh,
He's gotta
never
protect
mind. That
him from
wasn't Paul
child
Dooley. That
abuse.
was Danny Aiello.
Oh, speaking of which, we have a story from one of our friends who went to the Madonna concert.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's a kind of a long story, so we're probably going to save it for Patreon. But if you want to hear about, if you haven't seen, you can't afford a
'Cause we
live Madonna concert, she went to Madison Square Garden and saw her.
Wow.
So we've got a story about that if you guys want to
Okay.
hear it.
Okay.
Patreon.com/Doom Generation. I haven't even heard it. So he wants to protect the baby from child abuse. His mind is set.
abuse.
And Papa's like, well, maybe we owe him an apology. He's like,
Right?
wow, all right.
He was trying not to preach, but he thinks they might owe him an
Papa,
apology.
don't preach.
For a second, I was like, "Oh, that was Paul Dooley," but it was not. It was Danny Aiello.
But they
remember
do
when he
look
made
similar.
that song.
Yes, the response to Papa Don't Preach.
His clap
So
back to
weird.
Papa Don't Preach.
Which, like, the song was not about you, Danny
No.
Aiello. You just played her father in a music
This
video.
was not about you, Danny Aiello.
Now, if, like, Mr. Ciccone came out with a video in response to
Mr.
Papa Ciccone,
Could you imagine? Could you
Was he alive even when that happened?
don't
How old
know.
are her parents? They're not still alive, are they? I think she's
No,
got a
her mom
brother
died
that's
when
alive.
She was young.
Yeah.
Her brother died too, didn't he?
Did
or
he?
am I thinking of a different brother?
Hell, she could have so many siblings. I have no idea.
I think he's still alive.
Oh yeah, the one he
Oh.
wrote some books.
Let me get my hands on those.
So yeah, so he leaves with the baby. He sets up bunk hammocks under the
Under
dock.
the dock, that's
Super good
Well, they
place.
don't have walls and shit in their house no
So
more.
I guess it's about the same.
right?
And the tax man comes to tax him for moving out.
Right.
And he's like nuts to your taxes. and he
Moving out,
pushes
moving
him,
in, and unregistered babies and shit, and he pushes him down that big slide.
and he goes down into the water, and the whole town cheers.
Hoopla!
Hoopla!
Phooey on the tax man, and now this whole crowd.
And now everyone
confetti.
loves fucking Popeye.
Y'all can eat a fucking bag of dicks.
It's like the reverse Scrooge.
right?
Like he was not doing anything to begin with, and you guys were like making him
Singing
a martyr.
songs about how he's a dick, but now he's not
But
a dick.
he was
because
never a dick.
He was the only one that, like, you're telling me that in this whole fucking town, if y'all didn't get together on a busy street and somebody shot the tax man, that everybody would be like, I didn't see shit.
Right?
I didn't see shit. Come
So, yeah.
on.
So during the hoopla,
Yes.
he loses track of little P.
Oh, I don't like this part. I don't like this part at all.
and Wimpy
It
ends
gets
up
me
with
upset.
him.
It gets me really upset when you
I've
start
lost my
screaming
kid
for
in the
like-
crowd before.
Oh, I don't
and
like
it's
it.
scary.
I don't like it.
And now, of course, Wimpy sells him to Bluto for a sack of burgers. Of fucking
This
course.
motherfucker.
Not even cheeseburgers.
No, there's no cheese
a
on it.
dry hamburger.
You saw those burgers at the Rough
A
House.
burnt
They did
meat
not look
on
good.
a dry bun with
They
no
did
condiments.
Not look good. They are in a ketchup universe, though. Did you?
Yes,
notice
I
that?
saw a catsup. Yes.
They're in a ketchup land.
And so Popeye calls out for Swee'pea, and it rings out on the breeze.
Ah,
And that night, he's all sad in his hammock, looking at the rattle.
no,
And Olive comes and sneaks up and hears him talking
Like,
about she
yeah.
was right.
right. And
Even an orphan needs a mother and a father.
right.
And she's like,
Oh, well, let's make this about me.
He
He
needs
needs me. He needs me. He needs me. He needs me.
That's all she cares about. For once in life, someone
But
needs
I
her.
do,
Well, because what the
but
fuck
he
would they need you for,
does,
Olive? To
right?
nag them? And to be
Right?
a spoiled brat?
To be an asshole and to get engaged and break engagement.
When how would she become a spoiled brat in this town?
I
Like,
don't
what is there
know.
to even have
'Cause
spoiled her
she's
with?
delusional.
She did Lulu.
Convince yourself.
So she, instead of going to him, now she's established. He needs me. He needs me.
Right,
I'm gonna
so-
go home.
Yep.
I'm not gonna speak to him.
Nope. I'm not
gonna
going
comfort
down
him.
there. I'm gonna
No
twirl
hugs
around
from
on the
olive oil.
fucking-
I'm going back
Nope.
home.
Nope. I'm gonna let him stew in that shit. He's in his feels right now. He's in a thing. I'm just gonna let him
Just
do it.
Let him have a moment.
Right. So now we cut to Bluto sleeping fucking loudly and sucking his thumb. Everything he does
So gross.
is gross.
And Swee'pea's awake, looking out through the porthole, and he sees Popeye, who's like right across the
Right?
fucking
Does he
thing.
not-
Or he
does
sees
he-
the bottle. He wrote him a message in a bottle, and he
does-
sees
yeah,
the bottle
I guess,
floating.
but it seems like that's pretty close.
He's
'cause
very
it's all
close.
in the.
Like literally, he could have just like made loud noises for an hour or
If he
two
would've
until the baby
whistled-
cried, or like
he
the
would've
baby's
whist-
psychic. The baby, come on now.
He could psychic link with
He didn't try
Popeye.
very hard to find this baby.
No, he really didn't.
Like he
just
didn't
kinda,
immediately
wrote
go
a
to
note.
Bluto,
Right?
the fucking bad guy
Who
in
do you
town.
think is doing this? I guess because he couldn't think that Wimpy would have had anything to do, but he didn't even have to go there. But Wimpy, oh no, he didn't because they found him at the racetrack. He didn't know that he stole him from the crowd. That motherfucker. That sneaky motherfucker. I hate him. You know what? I saw Paul Dooley in person once, and I could have took my shit out on him, and I fucking didn't.
You're just gonna start. You know what, Wimpy?
You know what, Wimpy? At the vagina monologues.
Hey.
Wimpy! Wimpy!
Motherfucker.
You motherfucker.
You
yeah,
did
I see
Popeye
you,
motherfucking
motherfucker.
dirty. Son of a bitch.
You motherfucker.
Son
You
of a
stole that baby.
Just mean mugging the whole time, and he's like, "What is this bitch's
What is her
problem? Why is
fucking
she so
problem?"
mad?"
I walked right past him in a crowd, and I was like, "Oh,
You're
is
like,
that-
"Oh, I'll gladly pay you to."
yeah, I'll gladly
motherfucker.
pay you right.
Pay you my
fucking
fucking
now
fist
with
in
my
your face.
boot." Fuck you, Wimpy.
I'm glad they call you that.
Right.
I don't
You're a
feel bad
wiener,
for
and that's
you.
a wiener name, Jay Wellington. Fucking wiener.
Weenie Hut Jr. So the next day, the signs keep out, tax shelter, Commodore's boat. And there's no Commodore, though.
Nope. Because Wimpy's
out there
over there,
spying.
yeah, and he's talking to himself real loud because Olive hears him.
Yeah, she sneaks up and hears him talking about the baby. And he breaks the rope bridge trying to get away, and she won't help
She's
him.
like, you tell me.
And she's shaking the bridge and shit. You better tell me about that baby.
I'll fucking murk you right now, you motherfucker.
So Bluto's telling the Commodore the kids were the fortune.
Right, and he's like, I don't even like infinks.
Yeah, I have a fortune. My buried treasure.
My buried treasure. And he's like, eat this spinach.
Trying to get this kid to eat the spinach. And you don't see his face yet.
No.
And Olive's trying to get Wimpy to open the door.
You got to go to the boat, break in.
And the Commodore's shown, and it's clearly Popeye's dad.
Right,
Just
he'd be wasting
straight
everybody's
up.
time on Maury. It's like, clearly,
They put those. That's one of those ones where you're like, sir,
why are you here wasting these people's time?
you are wasting time and money.
You are wasting Maury's
You look
time.
identical. Do you see the ears on this?
I know.
child?
Seriously,
This is your child.
You see that?
It's always the ears
you
or like
can
the
see
butt
that pipe
chin
on
or
that
yeah.
child, right? It's always like a recessive.
There's
gene.
something
That
strong.
child has hematochromia. Clearly, it's your
This is
web
your child.
feet and 2 different colors eyes, sir.
Color size.
Colors eyes.
What colors is your eyes? I don't know what that was.
I don't know what that is.
So yeah, so you see it's Pappy, and he's talking about he hates the future, the past, the present.
Yep. He's like, yeah, I hates it, but I comes fair by my hate. Hating's me code.
I would live and die by hate. It's not easy being me.
Yeah.
Master of me own destiny. And I hates responsibility. Yes,
Yes,
Pappy.
we
I'm
know.
a Pappy.
Oh.
If I could have stranded
Did you
my
have-
children, if I didn't have that kind of guilt, and I just live out on the 7 seas by myself.
right, you just abandoned
no
2-year-old
responsibilities.
children. No responsibilities.
Just yep. I'm a Pappy through and through. Just kidding. I love my
terrible.
children. I love my children.
Sure, I'm gonna tell him you said that.
You guys. they're
Hey,
like
well, now
almost
it's a little
adults.
late.
They're almost adults. I'm all
It's
hey.
a little late. Well, you
should've
could
fucking
still,
left you on a raft.
I could have at any moment.
I could have done you like the baby in Willow. I could have done you like
Right?
Popeye.
Could have
You're
done you like
lucky.
Moses. There's a lot of water themes here.
And the Bluto, meanwhile, is like, hey, I've been loyal. Like, you've been
Right?
dropping hints
Loyal
about treasure.
me.
Where's the fucking treasure?
Right? Where's my shit? Where's my cut?
But fucking Commodore don't care. He's
Nope.
feeding the baby. And
Mama
meanwhile,
Richie don't
Bluto's doing this rope. He's roping him up.
Roping him
roping him up.
Roping him up
Tying
in his
him
own
up.
rope in his own chair.
And Wimpy and Olive are now peeking in. So they
Right.
see this and they run to tell everybody what's going on.
They got to go get Popeye. We found everyone.
And all of it. So yeah, they tell him they found his father and Swee'pea and the Commodore
Right.
and Bluto
And they say your dad's a crook and a rat
and a
and
kidnapper.
a bad father.
And he doesn't believe it.
Nope. He's like, he's not down there.
I don't know, dag blasted treasure. Pappy's telling Bluto. And Bluto asks Swee'pea, can you lead me to the treasure? So Popeye's heading in. The town's all behind him. He enters the boat and spills inside, announcing his presence and allowing Bluto to hide behind the ladder with
Right.
Swee'pea because he just like blunders in.
And of course, once he comes down and sees his pappy,
He's
Bluto
distracted,
and
yeah.
Swee'pea sneak up. That Bluto and Swee'pea, like Swee'pea was in on it. So
He was like, yeah,
come
let's
on,
run,
motherfucker,
run,
let's
run,
go.
So he finds Pappy tied up, and they look at each other, and it's like a mirror.
He was like, Pappy,
Papa?
Papa,
I ain't nobody's Papa.
right?
You one-eyed fish face what is it? Dissipated sniffle snaffle?
What?
That's what I wrote. You one-eyed fish face dissipated sniffle snaffle. I don't
Okay,
know if
I'm
that's what
sure
he said, but
that's
that's what the
probably-
fuck
that's-
I wrote.
That
So-
sounds like Papa Knees.
Papa knees.
Papa Knees, look at these. I said Papa Knees.
It's a made-up word. It's fine. And he's like, I knew I found you. Hugs, hugs, hugs. And of course, Pappy hates it. He's disgustipated.
Right.
It's me, your own son.
He's like, look, we've got like the squinky eye.
And the
he's
bulgy
like,
arms.
The same pipe. He's like, you can't inherit a pipe.
One way to prove I ain't your father, pick up that can of spinach.
Eat it. Eat it raw.
I don't want to eat this spinach.
Eat it, you brat. Disobedient when you was 2, and he's disobedient now.
And so it is his kid. He's
He
never liked
spits it
spinach.
out.
The irony that Popeye
Irony.
hates
That's good on iron, Nicole. The irony.
spinach is filled with iron.
Filled with
And this scene
vitamin.
is filled with irony because Popeye loves spinach in the cartoon.
Yes.
Or well, I don't know if he loves it, but he loves to eat it
Well,
to get
he has
strong.
to
He
eat
knows
it
it's
to
going to
get
make him
strong.
strong. So this is the prequel. This is when he first
before,
realizes
because
what
he doesn't like
what
to eat
spinach does.
Because Pappy knows.
So then the cartoon happens,
So
and
does
he's like,
this happen to Pappy too? Is this generation?
I'm guessing that's why it's in the treasure chest.
Is this not just a spinach propaganda put on by
Big Spinach? Because ain't nobody want canned spinach.
Oh
Baby spinach.
No, thank you.
nope.
So, yeah,
Looks the same
he's-
going in as it does coming out.
And so he won't eat it in recession, and he still won't eat it.
Right.
So he cuts him down, and he does, and he hears bird sounds like a cartoon because he like slams to the floor. And now Bluto has Olive tied up and is stuffing her into this red
tube
pipe. What do you
right?
call that?
I don't know. It's a boat pipe.
Boat pipe.
Boat
You
pipe.
know, the
Sure,
big
it's a
red boat
big
pipe.
old but yeah, they have them all the time.
where
in
you put
cartoons.
skinny bitches. When
Yeah.
you kidnap them.
That's my
that
skinny
place.
bitch pipe.
That's my skinny bitch.
That's where I keep my skinny bitches.
When I'm taking them to Scab Island.
When I got thick bitches, I got to get a bigger pipe.
So there are Popeye and Pappy and all the oils are on their way on this like houseboat after
Chasing-
Olive.
The whole wharf takes off. It's his
Yeah.
escape boat.
Arguing the whole time, still
Oh, yeah.
denying he's his father, and he's like, I gotta find olive oil and sweet pea.
Haul ass, haul ass.
What are you
haul
making
ass.
a salad? I want me treasure.
Battle stations.
So yes, he knows now he's his son. He's like, I'm your father. We got the
Right.
same eye, the
You're
same
not my-
arms, the
you're
pipe.
Not my Pappy.
You get nothing but heartache, kids.
Kids. Dag blast them.
I'm gonna leave you to ruin.
Phooey.
I mean, he makes some good points. I'm just kidding. I love my children. Stop. Stop trying to make me say the world, society, Popeye. I don't hate my children.
No one's making her say anything.
I know.
She's just over here yelling about
Having a
how
moment.
much she loves her children. Kids, run! Kids, run!
In fact, haul ass, haul ass. Get the cannon. And Popeye's like, don't shoot. There's a fucking baby
Right?
and olive
Women
oil on the
and
boat.
children on there.
I'm just going to get a warning shot across the bow.
Right. Oh, I missed. And
And
he
then
goes, I'm not going to board her. I'm going to ram him.
And fully crashes and ruins both
boats. Now they're all stranded.
And Bluto's already off the boat with both the baby and Olive.
Oh, yeah.
Which in the pipe, I'm not quite sure he pulled out the whole panel of the boat and
Because
roped her
he's
up behind.
large.
Large.
Oh, no.
And she's still bitching the whole time.
Oh, I know. Because she's
And
in a pipe. She's
so-
amplified.
So now they get off their sinking ship and are on their way. Bluto's
Right.
still trying to find the treasure.
Right. They find him, and now they've got him cornered on Scab Island.
And you see the octopus under
Yes.
the water when he dives in, but it doesn't. Nothing happens yet.
Right. He goes under. He gets Pap's treasure. He wakes up the octopus, and he Popeye dives in like a submarine.
Yes, because Olive's feet are like attracting the octopus, and
Yes.
she's screaming for help. So Popeye goes like a submarine with a pipe out of the
Yes,
water.
like a periscope
That he
He's
can
looking
see
through, like,
with?
it's with his bad eye.
Cartoon,
Well,
cartoon, you guys. Don't question it.
obviously. Shh, shh. It's
So he
good.
goes after Bluto, and he tells him he can't win because he's bad.
right.
Bluto knocks him back into the water, and the oils throw him a life ring, which traps him.
Right.
Like,
They're
oh, he
trying to
can't
help,
move.
but they're failing. And like Pap finds his treasures. The others try to help, but they can't. The octopus is now going after Swee'pea. And now Popeye and Bluto are sword fighting.
in like waist high
Like
water.
actually. They're sword fighting in waist high water. Hot.
Oh, this sentence is interesting that I typed. Swee'pea seed the octopus octopus.
The octopus?
No. Octopus octopus. Yes. Seed, SEED. Swee'pea seed the octopus octopus. I don't know what the fuck happened here.
You said you were drinking?
I guess so. The tentacles are coming up
Octopus,
around
octopus.
him. Olive's calling for help.
Right.
Pappy goes to help. And meanwhile, he's found his treasure and
Right,
showed you.
he's
And it's
pulled
like
up the
baby
treasure
food,
while they're
baby
fighting.
boots and toys and spinach.
It's all keepsakes.
and a
from
frame that says "Me son."
Aw. So now
The octopus
Pappy
has
pulls-
Olive.
well, he manages to pull Swee'pea out of the boat right in the nick. Now
Mm-hmm.
it goes after Olive. Pappy shows P the treasure. The octopus gets Olive. Bluto knocks Popeye out.
And Pappy's telling him if you would eat the spinach, you'd be winning, and tosses him a can, which hits him on the
Right.
head. And Bluto's like, "Oh, you don't like spinach?"
Yeah, he eats
Hate
it, makes
it.
him eats it because he hates it.
And Pappy cackles, and all of a sudden the water bubbles go.
Oh, he
The
farts a whole
spinach
big
farts
bunch. Yes,
start
that spinach
and
fart.
propel him.
Woo!
And this giant arm punches Bluto in the
favorite
face
part is when he tries to part the water and look underneath.
to see
I love that.
what's coming. I can't.
I love that.
Just
I
move this
love that. I've
aside.
tried to do that so many times. It doesn't work, by the way, in case you try.
And the Popeye music plays. He kicks Bluto's fucking ass.
Yeah, fucking ass.
And the octopus's ass.
Yeah, he kicks the octopus's fucking ass, too.
And Olive gets away, and he punches the octopus to the fucking moon.
Woo!
Bluto turns yellow, literally.
And he's swimming away really fast.
Very fast.
He's fast
He
in
got
the
spinach
water.
farts too.
Oh, that's probably true. And he's the chicken of the sea.
Yes. Oh, Popeye, my hero.
Right? He's Popeye the Sailor Man. He lives in a garbage can. He turned on the heater and burned off his wiener. He's Popeye the Sailor
forgot about
Man.
Which is not the song, in case you didn't know, but that's what we used to sing in like elementary school.
No, it is.
And he
That's
does
it.
a wet dance. This is sopping wet clothes.
He's like dancing on water like Sailor Jesus.
Sailor Jesus.
Idea.
Oh,
Oh,
what
was
to do
dance
the?
on water like
They
that?
ran out of time and ran out of money, and Robert Altman didn't know how to end it.
He's like,
He's like, I'll do a wet dance.
Well, I'll do a
And
wet
I just
dance
walk
for
on water
y'all.
like Jesus.
Just do
I'm
this
already
wet
wet.
dance for you.
I might as well dance.
And that is
It's
Popeye.
the sailor. It's Popeye the sailor.
And what did it doom us to do? It just doomed
I
us
just
to
love this
think of
movie.
Robin Williams as Popeye for the first 10 years of our lives.
Pretty
probably.
much. Pretty much.
I'm trying to think what was the next big Robin Williams thing that you would have watched as a kid, because Toys didn't come out till we were a little bit older, and that wasn't really a kid's movie.
No, I mean, I was
So
a
what would have
kid
been
when I saw it.
what would have been my next Robin Williams that like as a kid I
Until
would have seen.
Mrs.
Till Mrs. Doubtfire, which we were like
aside
13.
from Mork and Mindy, because Mork and Mindy would have been the only other thing.
I feel like we went to see. I feel like someone took me to see Good Morning Vietnam, and that was the
Oh.
and I didn't see it because that was the story where I had my hand in the hinge part of the women's bathroom.
Oh no!
And I was trying to like hold it open with the other hand. And someone
no.
like called me, and then a lady came in and
Oh,
she grabbed
no.
the door out of my hand to shut it, and my fingers were like in the closing part. And then because I was backwards, I couldn't then open the door because it was behind me. And so I had to wait for somebody to come out of the
Oh,
bathroom
no.
to get my fingers out of it. And so
Ow.
the movie theater people gave me ice from the fountain thing, like in a bag, because my fingers were all like
Crushed, all like
crushed and bloody. And so we just left. We did not
Wow.
see Good Morning Vietnam.
yeah. I can't. I don't think I saw that one.
I saw it way later.
So after Popeye, Mork and Mindy was on at the same time.
Right.
And World According to Garp,
Nope.
Nope.
Fairy Tale Theater.
Oh well, yeah,
Maybe,
yeah, with
yeah.
Shelley Duvall.
Yeah.
And
He
then,
was the Frog Prince.
And then
What was
and
next?
then-
And then
as far as kids stuff,
Not really
Nothing,
kids stuff, so
yeah.
it wouldn't have been until I was a little bit older then, until I
did a
started.
bunch of stand-up,
yeah,
and then Good Morning Vietnam.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
no.
I feel like that was, yeah.
Oh, and then Adventures of Baron Munchausen.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
he
yeah.
was the
All right,
Moon
so-
King in Baron
okay.
Munchausen. So and the same person who took me to see Good Morning Vietnam
Took
is the
you to
one who
see
took me
that?
to Baron Munchausen, where I remember it because the film melted.
Oh,
like in
that's right.
Gremlins.
Because you said that when we
When we did that one.
And
Same
was
person.
he not uncredited in that as well as Tu
he
Wong
was
Fu?
Mm-hmm.
He was also uncredited in Tu Wong Fu.
Right.
So we've done
We've done a few,
we've
yeah.
done a few.
Producer. And then he was in Don't Worry, Be Happy.
Yes, and
Yes,
the Don't
that
Worry, Be
which-
Happy
The
video.
fucking stranglehold.
I had
that fucking
earrings.
video.
They weren't really silver, but they were like a silver color
Right. Mm-hmm.
metal. And it was a happy face and a sad face, I think. And it said, "Don't worry, be happy" on the earrings. But
The
that
stranglehold
video.
it had on everybody. And what's his name was in
Bill
that too.
Irwin,
We talked
Robin
about
Williams,
this the
and
other day. That was
Bobby
like
Darin.
this song and You Can Call Me Al.
Bobby McFerrin.
What did
Who
you
the
call
fuck is
him?
Bobby Darin? Is that
Bobby
anybody?
Darin's a different singer.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
Bobby
Mac the
McFerrin.
Knife.
Not Mac the Knife.
No.
Bobby McFerrin.
Bobby
But yeah,
McDarin.
I love both those songs though. Bobby McDarin. Yes.
Sergeant York.
We're gonna make a parody song that's like some sort of crossover between those two songs.
With that and Rocket.
Oh, fucking, what was the other ones? So we were talking about, so those videos weren't really the weirdest ones. They had the stranglehold on us, but we were talking about in the group chat, the weird videos that were like, you couldn't look away.
Right.
But you were
like
horrified.
kind of scary.
You like kind of had nightmares, and one was Land of Confusion by
Yes.
Genesis.
Oh
With
my
the
God,
fucking
the
Reagan
puppets.
puppets and whatever. And what was the other one? You said Rocket. And wasn't there like a 3? I feel like there were 3 or 4 of them.
No, I don't
she
know.
mentioned Sledgehammer at the end. There was something at
I
the
mean,
end
I
of
just
Sledgehammer.
like those.
But I
Those
liked
were more
Sledgehammer.
magical than they were scary.
I
felt
like the
like.
claymation stuff.
I did. At California Raisins, bitch.
California raisins.
Represent.
Man, we were so into the fucking
I
California
the
raisins.
stranglehold they had on us.
I had the little plastic
sheets.
ones. I don't think I had the sheets,
I had a
but I had the
shirt.
little figures.
Like everything was fucking claymation, and all of it was raisins. I hate raisins.
I got a figure, but it smelled like chicken soup.
Oh,
Your
that's weird. I
raisin
should go
figure
home and
smelled
smell
like
mine.
chicken soup.
I should go home and smell mine.
It never went away.
I'm gonna go home and smell my raisin.
I heard a weird sound. I was like, what?
I know. What was that?
I don't
Probably
know.
a Yeti.
Oh, okay. So I guess I could read these. So I posted about Popeye on Twitter.
Okay.
That asking if anyone else has a soft spot for this. And so I'm going to put everybody on blast because some people love it and some people hate it. And I think the people who
what?
hate it should be publicly shamed.
You need to go over there and sit with fucking Wimpy then.
So this comes from Who Takes the Socks Off podcast.
Oh.
And they said, honestly, he was one of the greatest. Loved practically everything he did. This film was awful, though, in my honest opinion. And I said, really? I love the cartoon as a kid, and this was a great representation as far as I was concerned at age 3. I mean, it is the only live-action representation, but still. And they said, yeah, I guess that's fair. I mean, he was Popeye in this. It was just everything around him that kind of stunk for me. But I didn't see it when I was young, despite only being 6 when it was made. So probably have less sentimentality about it. But yeah, I love the cartoon. One of the not so many great things I got from one of the not so many things I got from my dad. But I'm like, so this person was older than us and they didn't like Popeye. If they were 6 when it came out.
Well, but they also said they didn't see it when
till
they were little,
older.
even though they were 6 when it came out. Well, whatever. Wrong.
Yeah, I was like 1.
Wrong. Next.
An Evening at the Movies said it was the first Robin movie we discussed on our podcast. Second experience with his talent. First being Mork and my sentimental #1 fave of his movies, even though I know there's better. And I said, I might have to agree. He really uses all his physicality and humor while still giving it so much heart. And they said, absolutely yes. Nostalgicast just said, whoo boy, yes. And sent a link to their own episode. So Nostalgicast has an episode on Popeye. Conversations with, what does this say? Sorry, you got to look at the whole thing. Conversations with Robbie Sherman said, as a Popeye fan, this movie is a very uncanny and very hard watch no matter how many times I've tried to sit through it. Williams is a great Popeye, but this movie doesn't know what it should be at all. Also, since nobody liked my post and I love Popeye, happy 95th anniversary to Popeye. But yeah, so I don't get that. Like, I don't.
Half wrong.
The stuff
Next.
that was around Popeye did not bother me. Everything was good.
No, I loved. That's what I loved about it was all the things. That
Everything
were
was
going
good
on
for
in
me.
The,
Yeah.
in the background.
Backlook Cinema just said, I remember this one. It's time for a rewatch. Our buddy Jeremy, Jeremy James.
Oh,
Jeremy's
yes,
friend,
yes,
Jeremy,
yes.
with the radio station. Love this movie. I have the soundtrack on vinyl. Nostalgia Test just said, holy crap, this movie is insane. Loretta said
Flash.
100% certified classic. And she sent the gif of I am what I am because that's all that I am. Ken, For Calling Ken, says, I love this flick. Kevin and Jason said the cartoon was good, but the way Robin slipped into character of Popeye while still shining as himself was great in this film. I remember watching this over and over again as a child and loving it. Yep, 100%.
Yep.
The Nerdstalgic podcast, Luke says, you know what? Next year, the license of Popeye enters the public domain.
Oh.
Lot of very iconic movie. Never seen it, but heard mixed things for years, so I've always been curious.
I mean, if you see it now, if you didn't get to see it when
You
you
have
were
to have
little,
seen it when you were a
I
kid.
feel like it's one of those things. If you go back and watch it now, it might be a little weird. You might love it. I hope you do.
Trifle Grills said, yep, soft spot here. I remember liking it. Says I watched it as a kid and remember liking it, but I was a kid and it was a live action Popeye. So Corey Tatum says guilty pleasure. Just recently watched my Blu-ray. Can't wait to hear the podcast. Reboot Deboot says I do. It's a forgotten gem.
Reboot, deboot, zoot.
Mikey Mutant says the actor who played Bluto was in Pieces.
Oh, the movie Pieces with the chainsaw and all that stuff?
Maybe.
Okay.
And then Tim Tringle says Sweet Haven is an awesome song. Yes, I have a soft spot. I am what I am.
Well,
So yeah, a lot of people got a soft spot for Popeye, and I feel like you either didn't see it and didn't get it, or like didn't see it till you were too old, or you love it.
it's kind of weird. It's kind
weird,
of a
but
weird
like
little movie.
it's Popeye.
I know. I don't know. I'm not
Fighting
gonna get
over
too
olive
mad if you don't
oil,
hate it.
having a little weird adopted
Look
baby.
at Shelley Duvall.
And
I'm
she
just
was
saying.
yeah, she was living her best life in this.
She's
feeling her oats.
She is her olive oats.
So Doom Biz, go follow us on Instagram, Doom Generation Pod, Twitter, X, whatever the fuck it's called, Doom Gen Pod. Go subscribe to our YouTube channel. We got
And
live
did
streams
you
coming
join us? Were you there? Where were you
on our
when
very
Doom
first
Gen went
live
live?
stream. Because we're gonna keep doing it last Saturdays of every month at
Unless
7
this
p.m.
proved to be really embarrassing.
Right, unless one person showed up to our first live and just went,
Be like, oh my God, my
The whole
vagina fell out. Now we can't do it anymore.
So yeah, the plan is last Saturdays of every month, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on YouTube, but they will be up for you if that's too late or too early for you where you are.
It's too early. It's too late.
They'll
If you're
be
a
up
time
later.
traveler, it'll
Go
be
check
there.
them out. We're going to talk about, anything we talked about the month before, like things we forgot or we realized after the fact. We're going to do a review, do a preview of the upcoming month, talk about what's going on Patreon, and we're going to take live Q&A.
Yes, we will take your questions.
Which will be monitored by a research assistant at all times. So
Right.
be nice. And it will be up to them to get to us. So
They're
you gotta
the gatekeepers. Are you the key master?
Oh, is it the key master? The
Until next time, we'll talk at you later.
Later, Doomers!